Staring at herself in the mirror on the restroom door. Voices in her head that mirror what she's heard before.
Hey beautiful people, it's the girl Shakima. I'm just stopping in for a general reading for my Pisces sun, moon and rising babies for the month of March. I know I haven't done this for a while, but I'm actually just trying to get back into the groove of things. So hopefully we can see what the month of March has in store for Pisces. I'm a Pisces sun, so seeing as we're in Pisces season, we are going to kickstart this month's readings with Pisces. And just to let you guys know, these are going to be general readings, so they're not going to resonate with everyone. If it doesn't resonate, do just let it dissipate, okay? But if it does resonate, then definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know how you've been able to effectively utilize the information that I'm providing to navigate through the month of March. Now, before we get into it and chop all of this awesomeness up for my Pisces babies, definitely be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and hit the notification bell for more awesome stuff, guys. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and dive into the unfolding for my Pisces babies for the month of March. Now, these are going to be general readings, as I mentioned, so it is going to give me just a general scope of what's going to be taking place. We're going to have a look and see what is the overall energy for my Pisces sun, moon and rising babies throughout the month of March, Spirit. What is the overall energy for my Pisces sun, moon and rising? So the energy is looking like there's a lot in store for you guys. So let's have a look and see. I say you guys, but I mean us. I'm a Pisces sun as well, sort of Pisces, Aquarius, Pisces cusp, but same difference, you know what I mean? And let's just have a look and see what's occurring. Okay, so what I'm seeing for us as far as the overall energy, we're kind of dealing with the lies of the past. People basically, they were trying to pick these fruits and they weren't necessarily taking our feelings into consideration. They were trying to paint a picture of a story that was basically making them out to look a certain type of way. And that's kind of the energy that you're coming into the season of March with. So in March, you'll be tending to your heartbreaks over the lies, the deception, the unrealistic expectations of others, and also your reality sort of falling into place. I'm not going to say crashing down because it seems like it's falling into place from what I can see. You're losing your rose tinted glasses. So there may be somebody in particular, it may be a masculine or it may be a feminine with a masculine energy that I'm seeing, but there seems to be somebody here that is breaking your heart, and you're actually sort of like tending to that. You're tending to it because they aren't necessarily being as forthcoming with the information that you would like to be able to tend to your wounded heart. It seems as though the overall energy for you guys for the month of March is root chakra healing, guys. So we've got Archangel Michael sort of really charging in beyond the month of March, where this masculine energy is really helping us to stabilize our root chakra, stabilize our perspective, stabilize the image of self. So a lot of our ideologies are going to be breaking down throughout the month of March. It seems as though we're going to be tending to a lot of the fragmented self-image that we've been dealing with. So we've been pretending to be one way when really we're sort of dealing with something else beneath the surface. And it seems as though we are being guided overall to really focus on root chakra work. I can see that our root chakra will get to a place where it's more balanced moving beyond March, but it seems as though throughout the month of March we're actually going to be working at stabilizing that. And it doesn't necessarily mean that things are going to actually be victorious for us, is what I'm seeing. Those are some of the things that we're heartbroken about. Things may not necessarily be going our way. A lot of us may be feeling emotionally insecure or emotionally sensitive and volatile as we're navigating through these heartbreaks. But it seems as though the deceptions of the past, I want to say, no longer have a hold on us. So that's the overall energy of March as we're navigating through it. So let's go ahead and dive a little bit deeper and chop it up, guys. Let's see, where are my Pisces babies in the month of March? So what position are we for the month of March? My Pisces sun, moon, and rising babies. Where are we for the month of March in terms of the position that we are in, Spirit? As clearly as you can. Okay, guys, we've got a lot going on. We've got the Tower cards. That's kind of like flipped in reverse. We've got a lot of cards going on, so I'm just going to grab that card that's fallen for us. Bear with me, guys. Okay, so it's not just a card, it's actually a bunch of cards. It seems as though the month of March is going to be quite detrimental. Obviously, a lot of us are having our solar returns throughout this month. We do have the Pisces new moon on the 13th of March as well. So 2 weeks into the month, we're actually having the new moon in our first house, which gives us an opportunity to really be able to set our intentions in terms of, you know, the image that we're actually projecting outwardly, because there's a lot of fragmentation and distortion that's taking place. Looking at the story that's being told, I can see that the position that we're in is the King of Swords energy, and that King of Swords energy is very clear about what it is that you are actually speaking about. Your, how can I put it, you're sort of having these tower moments where you're knocking down the lies, you're knocking down the deception. You're very clear that the truth has to come out regardless of the consequences of the situation. It may leave you feeling at times as though you're being pushed out, or it may seem as though to others that you're no longer engaging with their reality. So it may either way feel to you like some sort of isolation that you're experiencing. What I can see for my Pisces babies is that a lot of you are dealing with, you know, the things that you are hesitant about. So this lost love, this person that's told some lies and broke your heart, you're actually dealing with communicating with this person. It leaves you feeling very much ungrounded and leave you feeling very doubtful of yourself. You're kind of like really looking at your ability to basically be honest as a bit of a weakness in the dynamic, because that's how it's kind of being reverted back to you, the sort of energy. And I can see that there's a lot of manipulation that's kind of taking place in the past, and you're actually in a process now where you're kind of breaking away from that. You're saying no to the manipulation tactics, either from others or you being the one to manipulate a situation. You're actually just saying things need to basically unfold as they need to, even if that means that we're basically stuck in the situation for a period of time, or you may even be getting clarity on the things that you felt like you've been stuck about. So somebody may have told a lie that kind of had you trapped in a situation, and now you're getting your mental clarity that you want out. You no longer want to deal with the situation, which is maybe why you're actually being sort of perceived as being isolated or pushed out in the cold as well. For some of you, that's how you'll experience it. For others of you, you're very much hesitant about what's occurring in this dynamic, because it feels as though the grounds have been moved from beneath your feet, is how I'm hearing it. The grounds have been moved from beneath your feet, and though you're at a place where you're manifesting these new beginnings based on the lack of closure to certain situations, you're still very overwhelmed, because there's other situations with these lies that hasn't necessarily completely cleared itself out. But you're definitely adamant that you need to be creating something different and new moving forward. So you're a little bit overwhelmed about whether or not those lies are going to catch up to you where you're trying to take yourself moving forward in the month of March. So this is very, very interesting for you guys. Very, very interesting. For some of you guys, I'm seeing that there may be a lot of external factors that are outside of your control with the situation, because this person doesn't seem to be sort of like playing ball entirely in the way that you would like for it to be, and you're not getting all the information that you would like because they're being a little bit selfish, protecting their image. And it seems as though this is the karmic unfolding for you guys to be able to identify, I guess, how you both disregard each other in the team dynamic, trying to be delicate with the person that's dragging their feet, basically, to be completely honest and transparent in the space, and also making sure that you're taking into consideration what you also desire from the situation as well, to find some sort of peace and common ground. Okay, what path are my Pisceans crossing for this March, for the month of March? What path are we crossing? Okay, so we've got a lot of cards yet again. It seems as though the path that we are crossing, my beauties, bear with me, I'm literally just getting the cards into perspective. So the path that you're crossing is really kind of being confused, okay? The challenge, if you will, is this indecision that you're sort of dealing with. You say you want one thing, but the thing that you want is actually contingent on something else working out. And it seems as though because of that, you're actually going to, the path that you're on, you're stuck in these partnerships. You're kind of looking at how you've been stuck in these relationships for a significant period of time, and you're actually trying to distract yourself from the fact that you're kind of being pulled by the currents of this connection, being pulled by the currents of this unified love connection that's taking place. Your career may be making some progress throughout the month of March, but there will still be a lot of indecision sort of taking place in terms of your ability to be clear cut about what it is that you're doing. But I do see career progress sort of taking place. I can see as well that there may be some imbalance between your work and personal life dynamics, so you may have to be able to so for some of you, how this is showing up is that you're basically using work as a distraction to not focus on some of the again, I just have to get back to it, the lies and deception that you're not necessarily dealing with. You may have been the one that has told a lie that has infected and affected your entire family dynamic, or you may be the one unearthing the lie. But it seems as though there's a lie circulating around you, or a deception of some sort circulating around you that you're actually trying to distract yourself from, and you're really contemplating more career opportunities and prospects so that you don't necessarily have to face the reality, I guess. What is going on in the subconscious mind of my Pisces babies for the month of March? Subconsciously, what do you see taking place for us throughout the month of March, Spirit? As clearly as you can. What's going on in the subconscious throughout the month of March for my Pisces Sun, Moon, and Rising signs? As clearly as you can. Okay, so in the subconscious mind, you are dealing with, again, being indecisive because of the idealistic narrative. So you're not too sure about whether or not you want to pursue certain relationships with certain people, even in your business partnerships as well, because I can see that that's something that you're also contemplating, and that's simply because you're kind of you're figuring out each other's quirks. Basically, you're figuring out each other's quirks, and you're also figuring out your business dynamic, because your business situation may be a little bit scattered as well. It's really difficult for you to be able to be clear about how you're going to be able to integrate these business partnerships into what it is that you're trying to do. Also, in terms of the dynamics when it comes to loved ones, near and dear ones as well, you maybe you're going into critical analysis, so you may be overjudging the situation based on idealistic perspectives. And that's something that may need to be looked at during the month of March, because you've got what you've got is what I'm hearing, and you have to make the best of even the worst situation. So you have to figure out exactly how you guys are going to navigate through unmasking this lie and really creating this sudden change that's going to help you to feel a little bit more comfortable about what's occurring for you. Okay, guys, I just need to wet my throat, guys. There's a lot going on here. Just trying to looking to see if there's anything else that's really going on beneath the surface as well. For a lot of you guys as well, it seems as though there's, I spoke about the business dynamic sort of really picking up during the month of March for you guys, but it seems as though you're really tapping into some of your skills and talents that you haven't necessarily utilized for a while. I want to say a really long time for some of you guys. For others of you guys, it's been a matter of months maybe. but I don't see it bringing you finances in the month of March. What I see is more a case of you constructing it and figuring out and trying to identify the best way. But because of what's going on in the background with family dynamics, again, family being lovers, and also immediate and extended family, because of what's going on in that dynamic, it's actually sort of yeah, it's very distracting to what you're trying to focus on career-wise, which is leaving you very, very indecisive about your moves that you're making in terms of your career as well. Because the confusion isn't just taking place due to the family dynamics, there's also stuff going on beneath the undertone of that that's affecting your career decisions. Sorry guys, let's have a look and see what's going on in the conscious mind for my Pisces babies. What is going on in the conscious mind? Okay, thank you for that. We've only got one card. I'm all out of space at this point, guys. Like, there's so much going on here, but we have the Sun card in the conscious mind. So in the conscious mind, we're telling ourselves that we are having a bomb ass time. Okay, in the conscious mind, we are actually looking at the situation as though the things that haven't necessarily, you know, the things that have been an injustice in the past, we're actually sort of feeling positive about them. We're actually feeling this sense of warmth that's taking place with the stuff that hasn't necessarily been going our way. What we're finding is that it's actually taken us deeper into some of the, we have a deeper understanding of what has been occurring for us over the period of time subconsciously, because of what's kind of unfolding with this lie as well. It's kind of like making sense bit by bit. What I'm seeing is that some of us are feeling a little bit stuck in terms of deciding how to move forward. But regardless of feeling stuck, you're actually feeling happy about where you are. Again, it may be because you're focusing on career dynamics. So you may be happy about the career changes that are taking place. For some of you guys, you may be happy about the, I guess, the demise of the family dynamics that's taking place, because what I'm seeing is that the family structure is going to be falling apart. And for some of you guys, you're actually still seeing that as a plus. You're seeing that as a benefit because you can see maybe the long term, the long scope trajectory of what's taking place. Some of you guys, you may even be utilizing this as an opportunity to travel. This could be astral travel. Some of you guys, you may be really taking this as an opportunity to travel back to a part of yourself that you haven't necessarily visited for a while. We do have spring season sort of taking place during the month of March as well. So it seems as though some of you guys are really sort of like tuning into that vibe and channeling, I guess, that earth natural element vibe for the month of March. Let's see, what is the outcome for my Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising babies for the month of March, Spirit? What do you see as the overall outcome for us in the month of March? As clearly as you can, please. What is the overall outcome for us? Okay, so the overall outcome, guys, let's have a little look and see here. Okay, so it seems as though we're actually learning how to juggle our perspectives, which is good. We're learning how to balance our expectations. We're actually learning how to balance our fears. If you guys are interested in the extended reading, I'll actually be able to go into your hopes and fears that you're actually going to be facing throughout the month of March as well. So this will be interesting to unpack. In the extended reading, you guys will be able to find a link to that via my Patreon channel in the description box. But it seems as though the outcome of this season is that we're actually going to be hopeful about the things that feels like our weaknesses, the things that we may be doubting. We may be hopeful about it. We're getting this sense of renewal, learning how to juggle everything, including our ability to communicate about this breakdown in communication that's taking place. We're learning how to really get to a place where we can actually juggle the home dynamics and the career situation, even when the home dynamics may be in disarray. Okay, now let's close out the space and have a look and see what's the overall romance guidance for my single, taken, and my Pisces who are in complicated situationships, because I don't judge and we all need love. Okay, so let's have a look and close out the space. As far as my single Pisceans, what do you see in terms of romance guidance. What's the overall guidance for my single Pisceans throughout the month of March? What is the overall romance guidance for my single Pisces babies for the month of March? As clearly as you can, please. Romance guidance for my single Pisces is that love is worth waiting for. So there may be somebody that you have in mind, even though you're single, right? So you're kind of like you're holding out and waiting for this person. But it seems as though this person is, they're otherwise engaged is the best way that I can put it. It's an unrequited love. So there's a lot of challenges to this dynamic. You may not necessarily have easy compatibility, or it may be that you're compatible, but the circumstances isn't necessarily allowing or permitting for you guys to sort of come together just yet. They are sort of saying that divine timing is at play in this dynamic. So if there's somebody that you've got your eye on, now isn't necessarily the time, but it may be a situation that they're actually helping you to heal your family issues and heal some of the subconscious patterns that you may or may not be aware is actually taking place in that dynamic as well. Maybe you're a bit of a chaser and you like to chase people, or maybe you have abandonment issues and you've developed this sense of needing to chase people in terms of your romantic life. Either way, it shows that this dynamic that's taking place is actually more so, I would say, a karmic dynamic that's taking place, because it shows that you're healing family issues, and this isn't necessarily the kind of love that is going to come together, because it's not true love. It's more trauma-based and I guess pain-filled. I hope that makes sense to you guys, but yeah. What is the overall romance guidance for my Pisces babies who are taken in relationships for the month of March? So for you guys, those of you who are taken, true love, my loves. So throughout the month of March, your love is actually getting to a deeper connection where you're actually feeling like this is true love, this is open love, this is honest love, this is a love that is expanding, that is ever growing. This love can actually withstand the tests of time, and you're actually feeling as though this could be your romantic partner for the rest of your lifetime, provided that things continue to move in the same course of direction as it's occurring at the minute. You're actually not necessarily at a place where it's just about the romantic feelings. It's also about how you're growing together in terms of healing your own individual family dynamics as well. So you guys are breaking a lot of ancestral patterns together. You're actually overcoming a lot of your own personal fears and facing some of your own desires as well. Okay? And this is what makes them your true love. This is what makes them, you know, able to kind of continue to grow with you throughout the span of time, because they're willing to be able to do the work as well. And for the feminine energy, you can fall back on this person for support as and when you need to. You can be vulnerable, and vice versa. The masculine, your feminine energy, can be open to this person. You can be vulnerable to this person, and even though you're still cautious about being vulnerable, you're actually comfortable enough with this person to take yourself there. So you're experiencing true love dynamic throughout the month of March for those of you guys that are in romantic partnerships. For those of my Pisces babies who are in situationships that are complicated as hell, let's have a look and see. What is the overall guidance? The overall guidance for you guys is to let your friends help you. That was very clear, very clear cut. You're not necessarily going through a separation. You guys can't see it because it's upside down, but that's the card. So you guys are coming out of separation. So this person, your special someone, may be coming to surface throughout the month of March. You may need to let your friends help you to organize or facilitate the space for you guys to be able to meet up. It seems as though they've been in separation, or you guys have been separated for a while, trying to work on your individual family issues. So your actual, I guess, healing process or dynamics is actually taking you guys apart. The tides kind of pulled you guys apart. It seems as though throughout the month of March, some of you guys will experience this differently. You may experience it during the second week of March, around about the Pisces new moon season. For others of you, this may come to you into the space by the end of March, around about the Libra full moon season, where you would have released a lot of your old baggage and wounds from all of the stuff that you've been healing, and you would have made room for this person to be able to come back into your life so that you guys can, you know, continue your work and continue with your unfinished business. Right, guys, that's pretty much everything for me in terms of the general reading. If you guys are interested in getting a week-to-week scope to see what the Pisces new moon and the Libra full moon may be bringing in store for you guys, then definitely, like I said, be sure to check out the link in the description box. That way you can access the extended readings via my Patreon channel. On that note, guys, I'm gonna love you guys and leave it there for you guys. I will see you guys in the next video, and until then, namaste. Full joy, beloveds. Take care. God bless.
They said to hold her back, they never seem to leave her head and tend to keep her mind at war. All the things they said to hold her back, they keep her locked inside of all the times when she's been hurt before.